Blocked content. What's happening, my blocked buddies? Welcome to a new episode of Blocked Content. My name is Callum, and this is your content for today. Well, it looks like Super Mario 64 Online has released. This is really amazing. I'm super excited for this. I've been watching the development for a very long time now, and I'm super stoked to see it finally release. I mean, it's been in the works for quite a long time, but it's been released a lot quicker than it actually should have been. So everyone's freaking out over this, so let's jump into it. Remember that you can be the comment question winner, and your comment will appear in our next video. So, you know, if you have a very cool, funny, original answer for this video's question, just subscribe to my channel and leave a comment on this video. Okay, so today's comment question is, what's your dream online game? Now, we've had a lot of very cool online games, and I think that the trend these days is to kind of translate very good single-player experiences into an online sort of game, right? So think about this, okay? What would you think is very exciting? To me, I think it'd be something like a Breath of the Wild online, right? Something like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, roaming through an open world, but have it be online, have multiple players there, but still have the gameplay be that precise, that amazing, that polished. So, what's your dream online game? Put it in the comments right now, and maybe you'll be featured in our next video. And if you skip it to the end, or went to the end of this video, we'll have the comment question winner of yesterday's video. So let's jump into a little bit of Super Mario 64 Online, because it released and it's looking spiffy. It's actually looking really, really good. And I want to get my props up to Kaze. Kaze is actually the creator. He's awesome. This guy works extremely hard on these things. He has a great following. People love his work. So I've been following him for a really, really long time, and he's like this very calm, very funny guy who just does this stuff. He has awesome coding skills, and he's basically doing all the things that we as fans have always wanted to see. You know, all those little things that kind of were rumored in magazines and stuff like that when we were younger, things that we kind of dreamt up when we were young, and he's just doing these things in those games. So he's taking the original games apart and kind of adding new content to it, and that's really amazing to me. So props up to Kaze. Kaze, thank you so much for this awesome opportunity. I've been playing a little bit of the game, and it's really fun so far, so thank you so much. Kaze actually does a lot of live streams as well, so definitely follow his channel if you don't, because this guy is really cool. I would love to have him on the show sometime. I would love to work together with him on some sort of blocked content. That'd be really fun to see in Super Mario 64. But thank you so much, Kaze. You're doing really good work, and you know, you are well known for modding in that community and programming really awesome stuff. I've seen a lot of your stuff before. There's this Mario Kart mod in Super Mario 64, which looks really cool. It's like in Mario 64, he created levels and a kart, you know, it's really fun. And there's even something like Super Mario Run that Kaze created, but it's Super Mario Run in Super Mario 64's engine. So a lot of fun stuff happening there, and I'm really happy to say that this guy, he can do it all. It's very fun, and I look forward to seeing how Super Mario 64 Online kind of evolves, because there's a lot of things that are really awesome and really promising. There are a lot of things I do think that are missing in the polish department, and to me, polish, that's why I love the games. You know, I love Nintendo, you know, Nintendo's EAD team, because the polish is so, you know, there. And to have this sort of fan experience is great, but it usually misses some polish. I'll get into that a little bit later, but for now, let's just look at it. You know, it's a multiplayer Super Mario 64. But it's not just a multiplayer game, it's an online multiplayer game. You can play as a lot of different characters, and you can actually roam around at the same time online with a lot of different players, which is chaotic and fun. I mean, these open worlds were created for different players, it seems like, now that you see it in action. So check out that trailer if you haven't already. It's really cool to see this. I mean, having it be online opens up a lot of possibilities. I mean, you can even think about doing stuff like hide and seek, which was in the trailer. You can even think about stuff like battle mode, trying to, do a specific challenge and work together for that. So it's really fun. It opens up a lot of possibilities for a mainline Mario game to have multiplayer. And it does not at all feel like something like Super Mario 3D World, which was very cooperative, and this feels like you could potentially get into fights a lot. And mostly, it gives everyone sort of their own look, so everyone could be doing something different in the game at the same time, so going to different stars and going in and outside of those paintings and levels. So to me, one of the most amazing things about this is that Luigi, as a playable character, has been rumored to be in Super Mario 64 for years. I mean, I can still remember the very first time when I went online and I got to GameFAQs and stuff like that, and I just found these sort of leaks, sort of these secrets, like Luigi can be unlocked if you make 3,000 laps around the around the pool area, and those things were so fun to me. And I tried them all, and Luigi, of course, is not in the game, so that was always sad. And now seeing Luigi be playable in Super Mario 64 is so much fun. I mean, it's online too. You can play cooperatively, just play with Mario and Luigi, and you can play Mario 64 with some added stuff. This is now possible, and that is just a testament to how amazing this dude is. I mean, thank you so much, Kays. You are doing really, really great job, and I just want to say this is something that we've all kind of dreamed of, so it's really fun to see it happen in the actual game. The playable characters in this game, well, of course there's Mario, we all know that. They all have different abilities, which is really cool. There's Luigi in there, and Luigi actually has a little bit higher jump, and he of course slides like he usually does in the mainline Mario games. So very happy that Luigi's there. Then there is Blue Toad. Now, of course, we know Blue Toad from Super Mario Bros. 2, but more famously, he is, of course, a playable character in Super Mario 3D World, where he was a faster character. And so he is in this game. He's a little bit weaker than the rest, but he looks cool. His model is almost straight lifted from the actual game, because Toad was, of course, in the game, but it's now Blue Toad. And I love that this Toad has sort of a nose. I love that about the model. Now, Peach is also playable, and Peach, of course, has the hover ability that she's had in some of the mainline games. I don't really like how Peach looks in this game. The official model for Peach in Super Mario 64 is kind of janky, but, it's okay. But now having that put onto Mario's model makes her arms look very weird, and her animations don't quite fit. So really hoping that there could be some custom animations that make Peach a little bit more different than the other characters. I have another issue with another character, but we'll get into that. Wario is in there as well. He's extremely strong and durable, and he, his punches pack more of a punch. He can take more damage, but he's also slower, and his jumps aren't that high. But it's really cool to see him in there. I think that Wario's model is sort of like a Mario Party kind of a model. Now there's Waluigi as well, and I kind of think that Waluigi was lifted a little bit from Mario Party 3. I think that's the game that he was featured in first, or maybe it was Mario Tennis for the 64. Anyway, he's really cool. He has a double jump, and he's very, very lanky and very long, but even though he's very fast and jumps high, he is extremely weak, so he'll get knocked around pretty easily. So Waluigi looks to be a fan favorite. A lot of people are picking that character, but he's not the strongest. So watch out when you play Waluigi, because it'll be wah before you know it. So there's also Rosalina. And Rosalina is, of course, famous from the Super Mario Galaxy games. And she was playable in, spoiler alert, Super Mario 3D World. I keep saying that every video now. And she actually has an extra spin jump, which is really cool, and she can use it to bash enemies around. That's awesome. Rosalina's model looks amazing, and there is one other playable character. Might miss a few, but Yoshi is in there, and Yoshi's model looks very cute and lifted from Mario Party as well. But I really love his model. This is my favorite model in the game. He even has the flutter jump, and that animation looks very, very cute. And I can't wait to have a little bit more polish in this game, because it's going to make these characters pop even more. So yeah, this is where kind of a little bit of my criticism comes in. I love the coding. I love that you can actually bash different players, and as far as online functionality goes, it works, which is a great testament and is very, very difficult to do. Thank you so much, Kaze. You're amazing. A little bit of harsh words now. The characters still have Mario's sounds, Mario's voices for every single character. Now, okay, this seems like the sort of criticism that everyone's expecting, right? And probably is very hard to fix some of these things, because these are very old games, and kind of digging into that code probably is very hard. But these are the things that truly need a fix. No matter how hard it is, dig for it, work on it, because simply the magic is lost here. You can work very hard on creating a very realistic depiction of what would Yoshi be like in the game, and create his running speed and the perfect animation for his flutter jump. But if he sounds like Mario, if he just has Mario sounds, then all that hard work that you did in the official release kind of goes unnoticed. I've been a game designer, animator, and director for a little while now. A few years I've been doing it. Actually had a fan game of Super Smash Brothers, which was called Super Nuke Brothers Melee. Maybe look it up. And we also had this moment where we were like, we have all this content, but we don't really have the polish. So we decided to bring out a demo, and this demo had just a few characters from all the characters that we already had, just a few levels, just a few items, but every single thing that we did put in that demo was, polished to the brim. So even though the original, like the version that we had, the build that we had like 20 characters and something like that, that demo had like 8, but those 8 were polished, all had their sounds, all had their... So take a little bit of that criticism, try and work hard on getting that polish right, instead of getting, as many playable characters. It would have been fine to just have Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Peach, or something like that, and have them be completely perfect, even have different animations for running or jumping or stuff like that. So take that to heart, that little bit of criticism that I have to give you. But thank you so much. It's been amazing to play this, and just looking at the trailer, I'm so excited that we finally get something like this. Anyways, I'd love to hear what you guys think of Super Mario 64 Online. I'm so happy with it, so put it down in the comments. Let Kaze know that we're doing a video about it. I'm very happy so far, so keep at it. If you comment down below, you could be featured in our next video. So today's comment question, of course, is what's your dream online game? And as for the previous comment question, our answer comes to us from user Andrew Marino, and it was about Super Mario Odyssey's multiplayer, saying, and I quote, "Maybe they could make a special mode for multiplayer, not with Cappy, like they did in Super Mario 64 DS, but otherwise it would not work based on how expansive the kingdoms are." And I think you're right, man. So Andrew, thank you so much for sending in your question, and everyone, thanks so much for commenting down below. These are always a lot of fun, so please answer that question of this week and we'll have a lot of fun together. So remember, if you're not a member of the Block Content family yet, just click the subscribe button, and all that news and fun that you care about will be delivered daily to you. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you around the corner where there's always more Blocked content. See you.